Welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And welcome back to a new month. It is July 4th, 2025. It is now 10:36 in the morning. I've already uploaded 2 videos. They're already been seen by people. It's just walkthroughs I've done. This is my thing I've been starting to do at the beginning of every month this year. And usually I don't like to do it this late already. But I'm still within the week, I guess, the first week. But this is my world event spread that I like to do at the beginning of every month. I started doing world event spreads last year before, and I feel like the more often I do them, the sooner the predictions are coming to the time frame is shortening. The more I do them, the more it's in real time. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, I've been doing this at the beginning of the month, every month this year. I do 4 card spread that I pulled off of, I think it's Eclectic Video Tarot. It's on their website. And I've been doing the same spread pretty much since. This time, for some reason, I felt the need to pull from 2 different tarot decks. So I'm using the Hexen Tarot, which the whole reason I bought this deck was for world event spreads and things like that. And then the Tarot Disassembled. I'm in love with this deck, so I've been using it. So I pulled a card for each under there. And then the Answer Oracles on top. So this will be interesting because I've never done 2 tarot in the same. But just when I walked over to grab the Hexen, the Disassembled was like, hey, pick me too. So we're going to see how these work together. So for the question 1, what is the next event that will affect the world? And we have Justice. Wow. And I'm pretty sure either last month or the month before I pulled the Justice card also. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Tarot Disassembled. That's crazy because I just heard someone getting their comeuppance. It's the Wheel of Fortune and Justice to me are both, in this context, something that somebody's finally getting what they deserve. And it may not be good for them, but it's good for everyone else. I'm not saying who, I'm not saying what, I'm just saying that's what the card is saying, is somebody's getting their just rewards, their just desserts. And it may not be a fun time for them. But the Wheel of Fortune is finally turning to where it's finally catching up to them. Karma, to me, is also like the Wheel of Fortune. It's finally catching up to them. And justice will be prevailed. Interesting. And then what's the Oracle say? The Oracle says run, chase, escape, seek. So that could very well be something that happens is somebody's finally getting, and I'm pretty sure it's a public figure, somebody's finally getting what they are supposed to be getting, and they may run, they may hide. So once they finally realize I have no outlet anymore, no recourse, no way out of this, they may decide to run or escape and hide. Interesting. Number 2 and 3 are directional and time frame. So we don't necessarily need the images in the tarot. We just need to know what suit it is. So the second question is, where will this happen? And I'm anxious to see if the 2 tarots sync up. So the Knight of Chalices is so that's cups. And we got some conspiracy theory stuff going on right there. That's cool. Yeah. Anyway. Knight of Chalices, which is Knight of Cups. So cups is west. And I've gotten a lot of things going on west. Maybe this is back to being about P. Diddy. I don't know. But we got the Page of Swords with it too. Page of Swords is east. So there may be 2 events happening at the same time, around the same time, where multiple someones are getting what they deserve. Legally. Interesting. And then we have purity, innocence, holiness, humanity, virtue. So yeah, I feel like there's I'm just sitting here contemplating because you can't be east and west at the same time. Interesting. And I know there's stuff going on in the east, and I know the P. Diddy thing is in the west. So it could very well be two things. But I just find it interesting that it says purity, innocence, it's humility, virtue. When none of that is innocent, I don't think. Interesting. Number 3, roughly the time frame this will happen. So again, we don't need to know what kind of card it is. We just need to know what suit. So for the time frame, we've got the 8 of Wands and the King of Wands. So they're both the same suits. So they're going to be summer or noon. So it's happening this summer. Whatever the issue is, it's happening this summer. And this, like I said, this again could very well be letting me know that there's something going on in the east or west and something in the east at the same time. And it all comes ahead this summer. And we're in summer. So, and then the fact that it's both wands, which is fiery, which makes you think of summer. Very interesting. And then, oh my gosh, look at that. We got eternity, immortality, frozen, infinite, and curse. And that's very fiery as well in the image. Interesting. It almost looks like fire dancing on the walls. That's very, very cool. So the time frame we're looking at is spring or summer or noon for both of these situations. So I think there is 2 situations coming to a head at roughly the same time, maybe even the same week. Like something happens in the beginning of the week, and then something's happening in the west at the beginning of the week, something happening in the east at the end of the week, but all in this one chunk of time. That makes total sense. Card 4. What impact will this have on the world? And we got death. Oh my god. So if they could run or escape, and I feel like the 2 different people I'm thinking about could very well be both of them run and try to escape. We got the death card for what impact it will have on the world. 5 of Swords, which to me speaks of, and then we got, to me it comes back to a fight or a struggle, which could lead to somebody's death. That makes sense to me. And then exam, diagnostic, certifications, election, registration. I was trying not to say anything about Mr. T, if we know what I'm talking about, with the orange hair. But then it brought up election. So I feel like there is something with him going on, and maybe there's something with P. Diddy, which makes sense because one's in the east and one's in the west. Interesting. I'm not getting any real, what's the word I'm looking for? Flashes of insight or knowing. Like sometimes when I do this, there was like 3 times in a row I did this where I kept hearing someone's like almost like a whisper in my ear saying, but what about the plants? What about the crops? And at the time, which I didn't know, there was stuff going on with the crops. And I kept wanting to pull a spread or try to learn to do a spread or create a spread that was somehow talking about the crops. And I just kept, for some reason, it kept being in my head for like 3 of these world event spreads. And then come to find out there was stuff happening with the crops. So, and it's just weird because usually I'll get insights like that, or I'll see something, or I'll hear something while I'm doing the spread. I don't have any of that. I think it's very clean cut and dry that somebody's finally going to get convicted of something. They're going to try to run. They may fight and wind up getting killed in the process by the police. So that's what I got. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And today is July 4th, 2025. If you are in the U.S. and you celebrate the 4th, please be careful. But have fun. And have a great afternoon. Bye.